course our tumbling tower blocks. We need some wood glue and of course any glue you like. I have some furniture wax and some paint, but of course do anything you like. Choose the color which is fitting for your decor. My glue gun, my scissors, some brush and of course some glue sticks. And what we're going to make is really, maybe, I don't know if it is really only for the Dutch, but of course we are going to make this kind of milk packages. Here in the Netherlands, this one is karnemelk. Karnemelk is a little bit more sour than a normally milk, and milk in the Netherlands called melk. It's not a different, a much different word. Only the Y and the E are a little bit different, but this is karnemelk. So we are going to make this kind of farmhouse packages, and I hope you stay tuned and do this DIY together with me. We are going to start with a square, and we are going to make our square with 3 blocks in a row. So this is already 1 and number 2, and I'm going to do this DIY with some glue from my glue gun, but of course I also have my wood glue. This is a little bit sturdy, so if you want to keep your farmhouse packages a little bit longer, then I of course advise you just to use the wood glue, because it's more sturdy than your glue from your glue gun, but this is working faster for me. And of course I wanted to show you so many DIYs, so I have limited of time to make them, so there are only 24 hours in the day, and I wish I could do it all day and all night, but I still need some sleep sometimes. So like this, and this is a number 3, and then we already almost have our first square, but we already made this kind of squares a lot of in our DIY. So for everyone who is new here, you see it for the first time, but with the friends we already have here for a long time know already this kind of squares. I make them a lot. So, and like I always say, if you are not subscribed to this channel, of course I hope you will click the link down below. I'm going to make a square out of it like this, and I'm going to place it against each other this way and try to keep it in place for a couple of seconds until it is dried up. And you see, now you have a nice corner, and now we are not going to do the second one in here next to it, but we're going to do it in front of it. This one is beside it, this one is in front of it, this way, and I'm going to place it against each other this way and squeeze it until it is dried up, and remove your glue. I can't say that also not enough, because you see the glue is already coming out over here, and I'm going to have to get it off, because when I'm going to paint it or wax it, you will see it. And now we need some glue on the smaller side, and on this side we are going to do it on the inside of the block like this, and maybe you can see it this way. And if everything is okay, he is fitting inside here, and just squeeze it and press it together like this, and then you have already your own very nice square. And we are going to make, for the bigger size, I'm going to make a smaller size package, and I'm going to make a larger one. So we are going to make one of 2 and one of 3. So we have the 2 squares for the smaller version. I'm going to use only for in between. I'm going to use some wood glue, because I have the time to let it dry. So I'm going to do some glue on this side. At least I hope everything will come out, but I think there's something in front of the top of my glue. So I hope now it's coming out. Yes, there it is. I'm sorry, it takes a little bit longer, like this. And I'm going to place this one on top of here and just simply let it dry. Squeeze it together and just let it dry for at least 20 minutes. We are going to make first the bottom, and the bottom will be only, of course, also from three little blocks. So again, just do some glue on the side, glue this one together and squeeze it, and we're going to do the last, and then we already have our bottom. And it's so easy to make. And of course I do this bottom, but you also can do, I will show it to you also, because maybe if you liked it a little bit better, this way, and one in this way, and then you place your square on top of it, and then you have a nice little yeah, decorative line around it. Maybe I can show it to you this way. You see, now you have a little bit more like a centimeter, I think, beside the package. So maybe if you like that a little bit better, go ahead. If you like that, I'm going for just the square on the bottom. Now I'm going to take my bottom, and I'm going to do some glue on the underside of our first package, and I'm just going to do little around the smallest lines over here and just over here, so I'm really sure that my bottom stays in place, or stayed in place. Stay in place? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. And I'm going to put it on top of here, and make sure that it is in the middle, because now I still can remove it. I take my dry brush and I'm going to go next to it and remove the glue we don't need, like this and like this. So, and now we are going to let it dry. So this smaller package is drying. What we're going to do, we're going to make the top. But first I want to make a nice square on the above before I do the, you see, because this is a very special, yeah, I don't know, shape. So it is a different shape than normally. So I'm not going to do this one. Of course, I'm going to do it a little bit like a house, the top roof of a house. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it flat. So that will be 3 blocks and of course 1 half block. And I'm going to place it in between like this. And then, if I am correct, you see already, he is fitting totally on top of here. And now we only need to work away this corner. And we're going to do this with one of a half block and a little piece over here. But that is not the problem, that you just cut off a little piece of the half. But that's, then we have it totally covered up the top. That's really hard English. hard English for me. I'm sorry. If you have questions, leave them down below in the description box. I would love to answer them. If not everything is how do you call it? Is how, if you know what I mean. Oh, this is really bad. It is really bad. I'm sorry. And this one is over here, and squeeze it, and then you get this one. So always make sure when you are having your tumbling towel blocks, also make a package in half like this. And of course some of them with some little bit sideways cut off. You always can make a roof or something else. So we are going to glue this one on top of here, but we still need, of course, one over here, and I have to look if I have a straight one. And you see, I'm going to do some glue over here, and I'm going to place this one against here. And already now we have all the top covered. And the only thing I need to do is that little piece, but I have to wait until my husband is I can do it with the jigsaw, but of course this is such a small piece. And our jigsaw is not always the the greatest in working, so I'm a little scared that it will cut my fingers, and I have already enough damage on my fingers, so I won't do that. So I have to wait. But just imagine that this is just filled up, and I can just turn it this way, then you don't even see it anymore. So I'm going to glue this on top. Also for this top, because I have the time, I'm going to do some wood glue. So I'm just going to go over it, like the corners, and I leave a piece open because I don't, well, I can do it, it doesn't matter, it just sucks into the wood. It's only better for later. So I'm going to find the top I want to have in the front, so that's, I'm going to do it this way, and I'm going to place it on here and squeeze it and press it down. And you see, now you already have a nice top. I am really happy. This is because I was a little bit worried, how do I get it totally covered, because the blocks are always one size. You have to work with it and see which is fitting the best. And now we can make really the top. We are going to make now the top, and of course you can do the top any way you like. I'm going to go for 3 blocks. It's very easy because I just try to measure up the same like my package is. At least I'm going to, and it looks a little bit the same. I'm going to do 3 big blocks like this, and I'm going to do a 1/2 block, of course, on this side, and I have to turn it. I'm going to do on the back side, I'm doing 1/2 block, and just place it over here so you get a nice ending of your. Now we're going to make one of 2 this way, and I'm going to do also on the end a 1/2 block, but I measure it out that I have it did cut off a little piece over here, and I'm going to do some glue, and I'm going to place this one also on the back side, and we are going to glue this one on top of here, and we are going to do that with some wood glue. So a little bit over here, just only here, doesn't, because wood glue is gluing very fast, very hard and easy, so you don't need to do a lot of wood glue. And I'm going to, you see, now you already have the start of the top, and we will place this over here. And now what we're going to do, we take an ankle block. Of course, I have to be sure that my top is in the middle. I'm going to take an ankle block, and I'm going to do some glue, and I'm going to place, I think I'm going to, no, I'm going to do it wrong because I only need 1 block here in the middle. I almost did it completely wrong. So I'm going to do some glue, and I'm doing this in the middle of all of them like this, and I'm going to squeeze it and press it down, and now we get, this is the top. Of course, I'm totally blinding you, I'm so sorry. So like this, and now I'm going to glue the top on here. Of course, I'm sorry, if I'm looking it back, it's just, it's a little bit like a chaos. I'm really sorry, I'm doing my best, but it is an experience. I never made such a package before, so I am just a little bit all over the place, and especially my batting, it doesn't work. So like this, and now it looks a little bit strange because it is not painted, but this is already our first package, and we are going to make only a larger one, and then we're going to paint it. So we know how the first one is together, so the second one will be a lot easier, and I won't bore you with a lot of talking. So I'm going to do, again, the first row will be 4 of 3, and we are going to make 3 rows of 3, so it will be very easy. You see it, and I do it a little bit faster. You see, I have my 3 squares because we do a one size bigger, but of course you can also do 4, then you make them even bigger. You can do 3 pieces. I'm going to glue this one on top of each other, and I'm going to make first, of course, our bottom, and it is so easy. We just did it with the 3 blocks, and this is already one, and I'm going to glue also the bottom under our package. I don't know what it is today, but it is really one disaster. Really, I really, if you would be here, you would see, oh my, what is happening here? Maybe sometimes I wish you could be here, then we could talk together. That would be very nice sometimes. And this is the bottom. So I'm going to glue all the 3 pieces and this together. First, we're going to make the top again. You know what we are going to do. We make it just a flat square. And we are going to do that again with 3 blocks and of course a half block like this. And I always do it not on the sides, but I just try to do it inside and just give it sometimes, if it not or is a straight line, just a little bit more glue. And I'm going to do some glue on the sides, and I'm going to glue this one and squeeze it, and we're going to do some glue over here and just try to get at the same straight line. Maybe sometimes one side a little bit more squeezing, other one a little bit less, so you get still a nice square. And we're going to do this one like this. What we're going to do, we're going to make again a little piece of a half block. We glue this over here, and we're going to do a little over here, and we are going to do some glue over, and we are going to make it and not squeeze real hard, because this is a little bit not straight. So again, extra glue over here and try to fit it in. And now you get, at least because it's so hard to get exactly the same size, then you need an electrical saw. That's better, than you can really push it through. That's much better than what I do, because I have a hand jigsaw, and that's not always the greatest, because it is so small you don't even get it on your hands. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue this on top of here also. We are going to do now the first layer of the top of our package, and that is again 3 blocks like this, and on the back side we're going to do a half block. So the same this way, and if you measure out, you have a half block, and you can easily put it on the back side. And we are going to place it over here and squeeze it and press it down. And we are going to glue also some glue on the back side over here, and glue this already on top of our package, so it can already start to dry. I need to remove a little piece of the glue, at least the glue from my glue gun, and we're going to place it in the middle, and I have to be sure that I have it on the right spot, this way. You see, now this is already the first layer. Now we're going to do one of 2 layers. This is one and number 2, and we are going to squeeze it, press it down. Let let me know in the comments down below if I am the only one who is struggling always with my glue from my glue gun. I always am totally under the glue. I don't know how I do it, but I always do it when the camera is running. I'm always totally under the glue. This is already again one layer just from two with a couple piece I measured out, and I'm just saw it because, and this is already the layer. We are going to do it on here, squeeze it, and now we only need the loose block, and this will be in the middle, and we are going to do this with some glue from our glue gun, and going to place it in the middle like this. I have to be sure that I have it in the middle, of course, this way. And now I let both of them dry for at least I think 1.5 hours, and then we're going to get out our paint. Before I'm going to paint my milk boxes, I am going to make a cute little stand for my for a sign I will make, because I always know myself when I make most of the time 2 of decor pieces. I always love to make also on my computer a sign with it, because I always love making my own signs. So that's why I make a little stand for my signs. It's so easy to do. I'm just going to do 4 blocks like this on top of each other. This is already 1, and number 3, and of course the last one, number 4. And what we're going to do, because we keep it very simple, and we are going to do a 1 block on this side and just place it over here and squeeze it down. And now we're going to do the other one, a 1 block over here, and place this one down. And of course I have to turn around because I can't see what I'm doing. what I'm doing. So I'm sorry, bear with me, I show it to you in a moment. And you see, we already have our own little stand, and I'm going to paint also this in the white and this of course also in the white, and I'm going to make a print for on top of here. I'm using just a very simple homemade brand for white chalk paint. It's very budget friendly, but of course use any color you like. Maybe you like another color a little bit better, but I thought maybe it is a milk farmhouse milk package, so I'm keep it also a little bit in that style. I was tempted to use my furniture wax, because I love my furniture wax, but I could control myself, so I am doing it now in the white color. So I will do this one, the bigger one, and of course my sign. And I painted of course both of the packages, and of course my little sign we just made. These are so easy. You can, like I said, you can use it anywhere. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go now to my computer. I'm going to make some prints for on top of our milk package. Of course, you can find them in the free printables if you want to use it. But if it is not totally your taste, I understand completely. Everyone has his own taste. Then you can, of course, make your own little prints or use something else. But for everyone who enjoys it and want to use them also on their packages, you find them in the free printables down below in our description box. So I'm going to make them, and then we're going to cut them. And here you see the prints I just made. This one is for the cute little signs for the front and the back side, because you never know where you place it, especially on a tier tray. You also most of the time can see the back side, so I only always do two. This is for the smaller package, of course, with a little bit of the brown cow. And of course I did this one for the bigger one, and this is with the white cow. And of course this is for the sides, this is for the front, and of course I did here the same, only with a brown cow. So I'm going to cut them out, and we're going to Mod Podge them on top of our packages. I got all my prints are cut out, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with Mod Podging the little sign, and you see you just place it in the middle and you get your own nice unique little sign. And I know you see the word backwards, but it says welcome farm. This is just my telephone, so don't worry, in a moment you see it better. And I'm really happy with the little cows, the brown and the cute little cows we have under here. So I'm really happy with how the sign turned out, but of course every taste is different, so don't worry, just use whatever you think it's right. So I'm going to do some Mod Podge on the back side of this print. I always do a little piece of kitchen towel on a piece of paper I have left over from my print. So I always use this because later you can throw it away, because when the Mod Podge is on top of here, it always sticks on everything. So I'm going to go and place it in the middle, and I'm going to try not to get Mod Podge on the sign, because I always love the matte finish, and I try to get it a little bit down. You see, this is already how he's turned out, and I'm going to do, of course, also the back side. And I try to get it on the same height like we did on the front. It always looks a little bit better when you have it on two sides, when you can see it. I will do the rest, and then you will see how our milk packages are turned. You see, I have all the prints on top of my little milk package. And what I did, of course, I'm still missing something. For me, he's a little bit too wide. I am not really sure if I like the black distressing or the brown distressing with some furniture wax. So I'm going to try it out. So I'm going to take some wax, and I'm going to dab it off on my piece of kitchen towel that I don't do too much in one time on top of my sign. So I will be sorry that I did that I did it. So I'm just going around the corners like this, because I think for me black is a little bit too hard. I don't know if that makes sense, but black is a hard color, and I really love black in a lot of things, but I don't know if making the stressing on top of this piece makes not a little bit too hard, because the sign is also a little bit brown and black. So first I'm going to do some brown, and I'm going to try how this will look like, and then I see, or else I go over it with some black. So, but do your own taste and do whatever you think is right. So will not bore you with a lot of distressing, so I will distress this, and then we will see how this will look like. All my pieces are in the furniture wax. Of course, I let this dry at least for a half hour, because then you get the best result. And you can do, of course, also a little bit black with it, or maybe some orange to make it even feel more old. But I think I leave it with this, but you will see that in a moment.